You've said cars are an area ripe for disruption. How important is it that Apple not miss out on cars?
I think there is a major disruption looming there, not only for self-driving cars, but also the electrification piece. If you've driven an all-electric car, it's actually a marvelous experience. And it's a marvelous experience not to stop at the filling station or gas station, whatever you want to call it. And so, plus you have ride sharing on top of this, right? And so you've got kind of three vectors of change happening generally in the same time frame. And so as we look at it in what we're focusing on, or what we've talked about focusing on publicly, is we're focusing on autonomous systems. And clearly one purpose of autonomous systems is self-driving cars. There are others. And we sort of see it as the mother of all AI projects. It's probably one of the most difficult AI projects actually to work on. And so autonomy is something that's incredibly exciting for us. And but we'll see where it takes us. We're not really saying from a product point of view what we will do. But we are being straightforward that it's a core technology that we view as very important.
Apple spent over $10 billion on the project, which was rumored to cost about $1 billion per year. The project began in 2014 and was canceled after a decade of work. Apple's lofty goals for the car, such as full self-driving with no steering wheel or pedals, were difficult to achieve. The project's vision changed multiple times, from an electric vehicle to a self-driving car. The project had 4 different leaders because things were not working out. And the project went through multiple rounds of layoffs. So Apple pivoted to generative AI, and Tim Cook suggesting that EVs were a waste of time. Apple's original goal was to create a fully self-driving car with no steering wheel or pedals, and use voice control instead of a touchscreen. However, the project was scaled back due to technological limitations and the difficulty of achieving these goals. The first issue was the self-driving technology. Developing fully autonomous driving technology proved to be a more complex and time-consuming task than initially anticipated. Apple struggled to overcome the technical challenges associated with ensuring the safety and reliability of self-driving cars. Integrating advanced technology like LiDAR sensors and AI processors into a vehicle required significant engineering expertise and resources, which Apple may not have fully possessed. Apple lacked experience in manufacturing cars on a large scale. Establishing a new manufacturing process and supply chain for a complex product like a car would have been a major undertaking. The automotive industry is dominated by well-established companies with decades of experience and deep pockets. Competing with these giants would have been challenging for Apple, even with its strong brand and resources. Tesla had already established itself as a leader in the electric vehicle market, making it difficult for Apple to differentiate its product and capture market share. Developing a car from scratch, especially one with advanced technology, is a massive investment. Apple would have had to allocate significant resources to the project, which could have impacted its overall business strategy. The automotive industry is known for lower profit margins compared to consumer electronics. Apple's business model relies on high-margin products, so transitioning to a lower-margin industry could have been a strategic challenge. We all know that Apple's revenue comes from 2 main sources: products and services. In fiscal year 2023, Apple's product sales were $298 billion, which was 78% of its total sales. Apple's products include smartphones, tablets, personal computers, and wearable devices. So why exactly did they want to make a car? Apple wanted to make a car for a number of reasons. They wanted to create a new product line to help diversify its revenue and future beyond the iPhone. They saw the automobile as a product that was ripe for disruption, especially in the area of self-driving technology. They also have experience when it comes to building battery technology, and the car could have a long-range battery that was cheaper than other batteries. A lot of people thought that the Google car and the Apple car was going to beat Tesla, but we forgot that Google doesn't like to make hardware. That means their only contributions to the car industry will be through software that they license to others. Will they succeed? Yes. I think we will see lots of cars from Ford, GM, and others that will be powered by Waymo/Google for self-driving capabilities. But to think that these old-school companies would actually create something that can rival Tesla in an all-around vehicle performance is highly unlikely. Apple is known for making great hardware-software combos. But their biggest disadvantage here is that none of their products have any moving parts, except for maybe a fan. It would take a decade or longer for Apple to perfect the manufacturing of a car with thousands of parts. Enormous manufacturing capabilities don't just spring up overnight. Ask Tesla. It's also highly unlikely that Apple has the nerve to get into the car business, something it knows nothing about without a founder at the helm. A CEO, such as Tim Cook, would most likely play it safe and never enter this space. Tesla has one huge advantage over Apple, and that is that electric vehicles are the only thing Tesla makes. No computers, nor watches, nor cloud services, nor earbuds, nor anything else. Just electric vehicles. When you concentrate on one thing like this, you tend to be very good at it. This is why Tesla has such an advantage over traditional automakers. They are still busy making ICE vehicles and only do EVs as a sideline, and it shows. Apple is a big company with a lot of money, but a car is a much more complex product with several moving parts compared to a PC or a phone. This implies a longer and more complex product development and testing. Given that Apple has failed to partner with any of car manufacturers, yet, to get a head start here, Apple will need to build the expertise on its own. Apple's expertise in user interface, software, and batteries will not cut it. Further, given the recent departure of Apple's head of development, the problems are only exacerbated. While Apple has potential to incorporate software providing better driver experience, with integration with cloud services, etc., the table stakes of building a reliable, efficient, safe electric car is more important.